There we go. Let's turn it up there. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy Tuesday. We're back. We're home. We're home. The road trip's done. Glad you're along for Monarchs Mocha on a Tuesday. And got my can of cold brew. What you guys got? We're in this lunchtime hour. But anyway, glad you're along. If you're hearing me, you know the drill. Thumbs up means you're hearing me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And I've got my audio right there. And I'll give you a shot of the ballpark here. How about that? Let's give you that. Shot of the ball yard. You're looking live here in a moment in 3, 2, 1. You're looking live. There we go. Actually, I can do this when I'm doing like 3 things at once. There we go. Awesome, isn't it? Looks great. First thing I noticed coming in today was just how green this place looked today. I mean, it looks really, 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 really green. Thumbs up. Thank you, Brian. Good to see you out there. Hope you're doing well. And a lot to kind of chat about, but not a lot to really, not a lot of knee-deep stuff here. First off, let's go back the week that was. We left a week ago this morning. I went to Sioux City. It was a very good road trip, I would say. Anytime in the American Association, you go out for 7 days, a 2-city swing, including 1 doubleheader, and you wind up 4-3, winning 1 series and battling in the second. I think you got to feel pretty good about things. The worst case scenario probably would have been going out and dropping both series, to be honest with you. That would have probably, I don't think it would set any panic in, but if you go back, let's say you go out and you drop both series and you're only 7 games clear today or 6.5, whatever. With the right combination of things happening, maybe you're a little concerned. But I think overall, the body of work's very good. It looks good. The offense pretty much did what the offense needed to do. This offense makes adjustments, and I think even in close ball games can be lethal. The rotation was great for the most part the entire trip. I don't think if you, for example, Saturday night start for Brock Gilliam, the young man from just down the road here, I'm thinking if you have that start on any night, you're going to feel pretty good. Kid went 5 innings, 3 earned runs, and I believe if I remember correctly, it was 2 earned and 3 runs charged. The other guy was just that much better. And there are going to be some nights you're going to have nights where your guy really pitches well. That's what happened. The opponent pitched very well, Baker, and but you still were in the ball game the whole way. Sunday was a bit of a stinker, and you're going to get those. Do you know the last time the Monarchs had a stinker like that? Do you guys remember that? I didn't remember it, but it was a Sunday back in June 6th to be exact. The Monarchs got beat 12-2, I believe. I'm sorry, 12-1 in Cleveland. It was also the final game of a series. Only difference is the Monarchs had won 2 or 3 at Cleveland. But again, this team doesn't go through stinkers a lot. And I was just telling Morgan and Tyler, who were up here a few minutes ago, this team's really good. And it's hard to compare, and Joe and I have talked about this. Remember when I asked him about trying to compare Morgan McCall to somebody who had been here before? And it's hard to compare these guys to teams before because they're their own guys. They're their own team, their own identity. Certain parts of this team remind me of 18. Certain parts remind me of 19. Some parts remind me of 17. And I think the theme is overall that the philosophy and the way this thing's going should remind you of every year, because every year it's pretty much like this. Morgan was just telling Tyler a few minutes ago that, she was going through the playoff story, and this has been the norm around these parts since 2017. We've been talking postseason since 2017. Now, granted, in the 19 season, we were in the middle of that we were in the tail end of a 14-game winning streak about right now, but got you right back where you needed to be. And that's been the norm around here. Playoff conversation, magic numbers, playoff dates, who you might play. all that, which made the Chicago road trip that much more interesting because you may play Chicago again. As a matter of fact, if I was a betting man, which I wait, which I'm not, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Yeah, there you go. I can see him again. Very well could see that team again. Anyway, it was a good one. I mean, there's nothing to really sniff at. I think overall, and I'd love to hear you guys' comments about it as well. Throw them out there. I'm here to answer your questions and comments. I will look back to Friday night. I don't have anything from Saturday and Sunday because they weren't good news, and we haven't been playing good news. So we've been kind of spoiled around here. Although I guess I could play all the wins in Sioux City. But by the way, the Sioux City series, one note about that, opening night, closing night, very dominating performance from everybody. I mean, Sioux City had to wonder what the heck hit them because that was their chance to get back in it, right? I mean, that was going to be it, right? You're coming in loaded for bear, and you're going to get back in the division race. You lost 3 of 4, and the 2 games you got on the bookends of the series, you got waylaid, you got dominated, and it'll be interesting to see tonight what Sioux City does. They're in a precarious position. They're still in the playoff hunt. You know, they're 12 games behind the Monarchs. 13. We'll get that in a moment. But they got a bigger fish to fry right now called the Cleveland Railroaders and Lincoln Salt Dogs. So I think for them here, winning a series is paramount. But for them, they need to win a series here and go to Cleveland and win a series. That's what Sioux City's looking for. They're trying to circle the wagons and get some momentum going and try to get something going the right direction because it hasn't been going well for them. Kansas City's just trying to do what they're doing. Do what the Monarchs have been doing. Win ball games, especially at this ballpark. Win these home games, win these home series. Take another day off the calendar and take another off the magic number. So you got 2 different storylines coming here. One of almost in a desperate mode, which always is scary when a team's desperate. A team that's very, very confident and, feels like they're playing pretty good baseball, all things considered. All right, let's go to the standings quickly here. The opening monologue is always fun, isn't it? Let's see here. Martez says, let me see what I can see here. I know this is off topic as I listen in. Would the Monarchs be open to hosting a high school tournament with a couple of urban? I'm looking at the urban city high schools hosted. I'm a coach at Urban Core. I tell you what, I want to if you Martez, if you will email me, I will forward you the person to talk to about that. My answer to you, I mean, I can't officially tell you, but I know we do that. I know it's something they would want to do. And I have a couple of names that I can probably forward you to. And if you'll forward, I'll give you this real quickly here. Just forward me and just tell me what you're looking for. Repeat that to me, and I'll forward it onward and just tell you. And let me give you this in the chat here. And you can just email me, and I will, I can see here. I got a bag glare today. You'll just email me that, and let me see if it's seeing and then come up here. Now, hold on. Let me try it again because let's do this. Let me try it again here. I'm having a real heck of a time seeing the screen here. Sorry about that. My corner screen, not the screen overall, it's the corner of the screen. There we go. Give this a shot. Shoot me what you're looking for, and I hope that'll pop up. I hope it's right. I hope my email's right there. It's DVAUGHN at monarchsbaseball.com. just shoot me what you're looking for, and I'll forward it on and just tell them that you were watching the show and you're interested in getting some teams out here, and I'll forward on the proper channels. So I think that's a great thing. I know it's something we'd want to do. It sounds like up our alley, but it's something I can help steer you the right direction. So just whenever you get a chance, mate, be all good. All right. Nothing off topic here. It's all good. Let's check the standings of the association here. How about that? Let's do that here. You know, I looked up today and realized it's the 17th of it's the 17th of, I wonder I had the standings wrong here. Don't think this is the right one. Hold on. Okay, this is the right one. For some reason, I labeled it wrong. I don't know why I labeled it wrong. All right. Yep, here we go. Here are the standings. I don't know why I labeled it wrong. There we go. There's your standings. The Association of Milwaukee. We'll see this weekend. Hit the 50-win mark over the weekend. They're a game clear of Chicago. Chicago had to get that series. I mean, they had to get that series. And they're on a game behind Milwaukee, playing very good baseball, 9 of their 10. Fargo lurking in the wings. They're 2.5 behind Chicago, 3.5 behind Milwaukee. Winnipeg, interesting story here. I don't think they got enough gas in the tank left, but if the league is really trying to get them in the postseason, they're getting them a chance. I think this whole the third place playing game is for the Winnipegs, I believe. King County 13, which I don't get it, but again, 18.5 back, Gary. But Winnipeg finds himself, if you look at it's a 4.5 off the pace of Fargo to play in. I don't know how that would play out. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I think there's not left in the tank. But it wouldn't shock me, as I told you guys, we're in Tennessee, to look out when they got back home. They have a heavy home dose. Chicago goes up there the last weekend as well. So there's all that in play as well. Kansas City, best record in the association by 4 games, 9.5 games clear of Lincoln, 11 of Cleveland, 12 of Sioux City, 23 for Sioux Falls, 41.5 for Houston. The magic number is, well, it depends on how you add it up. I have it at 11, which is the combination of it's the combination of the games you play plus 1 minus the games you've won minus the losses of the next closest team. And that they back to regular. That's regular. But hey, Martez, it's all good, mate. That's what I'm here for. I'm here. I pivot. I can do the dodge. I can do that whole. I can do the Mahomes or the Prescott or whatever if you want to go NFL wise. I can do some dodging. But yeah, the magic number, I have an 11 only because the half game thing. What I usually do now, technically it's 10.5, but I go up to 11. I have 11. That's what I've got. That's a combination of wins and wins for Kansas City, losses for the team on the bumper. Now that number is, you take the difference in, let's see, so that makes it 9. And by my math, it makes it 10 over Cleveland and 8 over Sioux City. So in reality, the Monarchs are a magic number of 8 from at least at least a chance to play in. So that's a combination of wins and losses. But the division title for back-to-back in a long season for Kansas City is in play, and it's a magic number. We're going to go with 11 because the half game's in the mix there. But that's a combination of Monarchs wins, losses by the opposition, which Lincoln tonight has Chicago. So there's where that stands. Sioux City's here, and I will pull up the whole schedule for you, but anyway, bring this back down. And the whole schedule in the league tonight, it's going to be, and we're starting to watch these things, right? We're starting to watch how, the division bunkmates are doing, and really, I know they're watching us. Chicago's at Lincoln, Gary's at Winnipeg tonight. I don't know if Gary took a full squad. With Greg Taggart's creativity, it wouldn't shock me that he took a full squad of Railcats. He's very creative with his roster, maybe the most creative in the league. Houston's at Sioux Falls, King County, and Fargo, and then Milwaukee and Cleveland. Now, Milwaukee makes their way to up here from Texas, so there's a lot in play here. I mean, you got two good teams, Chicago and Milwaukee, playing at our bunkmates, the Lincoln Salt Dogs and Cleveland Railroaders, while we're playing our division bunkmate, Sioux City. So a lot of dynamics in play here in this one. So we got the next 3 days, and then this weekend, looking forward to the weekend, which, let's not jump too ahead of ourselves here, but this weekend, of course, we've got Milwaukee, Sioux City, and Cleveland, and then the Lincolns have got Sioux Falls. So they got the tougher spot there. Lincoln's got those stretch of home games still left, and very much, I think Lincoln's in a really good spot, but they've got a really big series here. They've also got to go up to Chicago and play the Dogs next week. So they got 6 games against a really tough ball club. The Monarchs, 6 games against a really tough ball club, most recently against Chicago, took 4 and lost 2. So if Lincoln does that, then I would think if Lincoln goes 4-2 against Chicago, I think they're probably your number 2 team. No matter what happens the rest of the way, I just think that's got to, you almost have to be that's almost got to be the case. So anyway, questions, comments here on Monarchs Mocha. Glad you're along on a Tuesday. Tonight, Sioux City's in town. Patrick Day will go for the Explorers, the lefty. Monarchs will send out Justin Schaefer. It's Schaefer, Mathis, Travieso. That's basically the 3, except for Sampson. Sampson started the opener last Tuesday. That's your 3 that went Wednesday, Thursday against Sioux City. And they'll be back on normal rest with the off day, so all's good there. And let's, by the way, before I get too far, let's do this. I forgot I didn't tell you I didn't do the good news highlights, did I? My bad. Probably should load those in the system. Don't you think that's going to be a good idea? Probably a good idea to load those in for you because I meant to show you what happened Friday night. A big win Friday. Again, the whole series in All right, am I back? Man, man, on the ballpark, the internet should work, but it's not, and I do apologize. Let me get this off the screen because I'm getting bad feedback here. There we go. Apologies there. Excited to have you guys back. Yeah, it's great to be back. It's great to be back. I will tell you this, and I don't have any breaking news for you, but I do believe there'll be some kind of moves forthcoming this afternoon, and I think this week I think you're going to see some. How do I put? I talked about this over the weekend. You're going to see. It's not really set up for the playoffs. It's kind of get things set up. Well, maybe it is. It's the lack of a better word. I talked about a little bit that the Monarchs are playing from a position of no panic. I mean, everybody else looking for that one difference maker. Kansas City has got a lot of difference makers. They don't have to really. They're playing from a position of strength. There's no desperation here, but I do expect a roster move or two, just from just if you look at the tea leaves a little bit, what the club might need and what the club might want. I can see that being the situation. But again, um, audio's good though. See you sort of. This going again. I'm the entertainment. Kevin, I'm the entertainment. Huh? I don't know what's going on again. I will say, okay, let me put it this way. I don't know if we're gonna get good. I have to wait the good news highlights. I'll try it again. Um, what I may do is screen share it. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Um, and I'm not blaming anyone, but when I left, everything worked pretty good. Okay, I come back. We're having issues, and we had some issues a little last week. I do know that on the homestand. I know we did. Okay, I know we did. But on that Sunday, it was all sorted. I ran the video camera as well, a booth cam, and it was all good. So, anyway, give me a moment. I'll give you the highlights real quickly here. I know it's kind of been a wheels off show, and I do apologize, but this is your show. But unfortunately, it's become your show to look at how bad the production value is. And let's go ahead and play this, and I'm going to stop it real quickly here. All right. All right, hold on. We're gonna take you guys to. Oops. I want to pull this back up again. Again. Question. I'll get to that in just a second. There. Let me get this these highlights for you quickly here. You know what's funny? I had a great broadcast over the weekend. I thought for me. I mean, I was I was pleased with it, and this is kind of gone wheels off here, hasn't it? Let's see here. Let's try this again and see if we can get it for you. Well, all right, hold on. Let me pause this now. All right, here we go. I think it's pretty good work. That's why I'm going to do this for you. There we go. Okay. Let me share this. And let's do this. It's great software. This software is great. This is the highlights from Friday night. Good news highlights. Let's roll them. Let's enjoy them. I hope. Press play, Vaughn. And here we go. Wow, I've been told there's no sound there, so I do apologize. I I really do apologize, everybody, because I had a good show planned today. And Brian asking, has the Monarchs had a sellout this season? No. No. Close, but no. Come on, help us sell it out, right? That's really today's show. And this is why, and I will tell you guys this honestly, this is why I don't take days off. Because when I take a day off, all hell breaks loose. I just can't do that. And I took a day off yesterday. Now I regret it because now this show was terrible. Anyway, I love you guys. So I'm glad you guys fought through it, stuck with it for me as you could. Again, I'm tethering on my phone. It should be working, but it's not. And usually takes care of that. I appreciate you all sticking with me. Broadcast reminders tonight. Again, we are on the air on the Association A Baseball TV. That comes your way at 7 o'clock. It's great. It's video. It's great. But if you want all the bells and whistles, you want to hear things like this day in Monarchs history on our Coors Light Monarchs flashback moment. You want to hear things like the story I told you on Saturday. Do you remember the story I told Saturday? Do you guys remember that? You didn't? I'm going to tell it again with some bonus content. There's a really great story that happened with a couple of guys named Fred who were driving on the highway in 1930. Just draw pictures of the highlights and show us. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, that's what happened, Kevin. Yeah, just that's what happened. Here it is. Well, actually, Casey's was right side, McCullough left side, and Grotjohn left side. There you go. That's what happened. That's the highlights from the weekend. Very good, Kevin. I swear, I know people think I'm crazy when I say this. They're going, this guy makes so many mistakes, but there are a lot of shows we have that are really good. Trust me, if you followed up our shows, we're pretty good sometimes. Just depends on the location. We had some really good shows on the road recently. A couple really good ones that were all smooth as they could be. Heck, I was at a freaking coffee shop in Milwaukee. It was smooth. Anyway, I digress. Again, I know we're plugged in the right spots here, but who knows? I don't know the internet gremlins like some folks do. But again, top of the hour, 7 o'clock. Kevin, Dad, did you pass your test, Kevin? That's the big question. I hope you're doing well, mate. Praying for you, bud. Monarchs Broadcast Network is included in this AABaseball.tv. But again, all the extra stuff, Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, things like that, you're going to only hear on our pre and post game or our pregame show. Post game, obviously, you're not going to hear that. But during the broadcast on AABaseball.tv, but we're on the road. You won't hear us talk about, like we did on Sunday, about the old ballpark, Shorling Ballpark in Chicago. We also talked about the population shift from the south to the north and what it meant to baseball growing in the major cities where the Monarchs played in front of 18,000 people on a Sunday. Where the East-West game, the Negro East-West game, or the two All-Star games, were drawing 50,000 folks at Comiskey Park. We talked about all that stuff in our broadcast while we gave you play-by-play. It's a lot to learn and unearth there. And you only get that on our radio side. Now, you get it on the home games because we're talking about it in the home games during the game, but pre and post, Monarchs 101, which is a master's class, we just go, basically what we do is we're pulling things to the museum and trying to walk you guys through it. So I think anybody that follows this, if you follow the Monarchs, you need to know the history of the legacy. Now, yes, these guys playing right here aren't the 1925 Monarchs. But there's a legacy there, and it's not lost on me and on the organization. So I hope you'll join me for all that, because I'm committed to bringing you this content, and either I'm going to – I believe it's something we can all embrace. Last night I saw Jerry Hairston Sr. at the airport. He was being picked up for the Buck O'Neill Classic today. And I believe that's today. And I was telling him just in brief passing, because he was sitting to my left on the plane, and I didn't realize with the mask on, you don't know who's who, right? I mean, you don't know. And I don't know if I would have recognized him anyway, but I might have. Of course, former big league manager, big leaguer, and all that. And I told him as we were kind of standing there, a gentleman who picked him up was wearing a Indianapolis Clowns cap, who works in the museum. I'd recognize him, but I didn't know the name because he had a mask on and all that. So it's hard to tell. I was just with them, and I loved the fact that I was able to tell them that I'm the broadcaster of the Monarchs. Oh, and I said, I loved about the museum and about the legacy and all that. I said, in fact, we just talked about a funny story where the barnstorming and people thought the town was on fire. Now, I'm learning so many things, and I want you guys to join me in the broadcast because, A, the team's really good. All right. The best team in the association with the record-wise is right there. We're going to tell you about those guys, Casey and Gabby and Morgan and Ryan and Jameson and Kivas and Nick. I mean, this list goes on and on. We're going to tell you about those guys. We're also going to tell you about the history and the legacy of this name, this brand that's going to unite this whole city, unite this whole area behind this brand as we go forward. So I hope you guys will join me on the broadcast network. Again, the video side, home and away, starts at the top of the hour, but on the road, you don't get the audio. You get you get the home team audio. So you have to you'll have to do a little finagling with the browser, with the video. Home games, you're going to get the whole thing. So I invite you guys again. I say this all the time. I know I'm kind of pushing a lot, but I put a lot of time and effort because I want you guys to have the best we can do. Now, today's show was not the best. We can do better. But we can't fight the internet gremlins all the time, and I do apologize. All right. You guys ready for a ball game? You ready for a series? You ready to keep marching forward? I know I am. I'm excited. I mean, getting to the ballpark today, knowing that Sioux City's in town, 3-game series, fired up, man. I am fired up. This team is, and I told you guys this in the broadcast over the weekend. I looked at my wife on Saturday night and I said, these guys are pretty good. They're really good. They are really good. Come and see us, monarchsbaseball.com for tickets. We had a meeting this morning, got a lot of stuff coming up this week. I'll talk about the broadcast tonight. Tomorrow, Monarchs Mocha, we'll get more depth about what's going on coming up this weekend. We got, I know we got some, I get scratch and service with it. We got a lot of stuff coming up, trust me, all right? Everything from peppers to beachwear to wine get-togethers and a stack of stuff going on that will just blow your mind. So please come and see us. And mind you, fact, your Monarchs are the best team in the association, and that's a fact. You can take the bank. All right. Last call for questions and comments. All right. Again, thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks for fighting the technical snafus. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. Again, we had highlights. Well, we did have highlights. You saw them on Twitter on Sunday or Saturday. There's that. But we had highlights. We had a bunch of good stuff. But we're going to have great stuff tomorrow as well. Same time tomorrow. Back again at noon, about 12:30-ish, somewhere in there. Bring your lunch, bring your coffee, bring your iced coffee, whatever it is you got. Stop by, chat a while. 6 o'clock tonight on Facebook Live. I'll give you your starting lineups. Any news? I think there could be. And if there is any news, I'll give it to you then. And, of course, our broadcast begins at 6:30 tonight. If you want to catch a little something extra, I have my booth cam. You can go to my YouTube page, Dan Vaughn Jr., to see that. The booth cam is the broadcast of me broadcasting the game, but you'll insight in the booth, I guess. You can see me scream at the umpires. Stuff like that. All right. Much love to you guys. Say it every time. Let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's keep being great fans. Let's show more love, more compassion as we go forward. And what a great ride this is. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy your Monarchs. Enjoy this ride. It's a great ride and a great time to be a Monarchs fan here in 2021. I'll see you in the broadcast tonight. Go Monarchs.